EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for the weekend, October 28th and 29th, 2023. Of course, the 29th of October is an infamous day around this region with a little over a decade now, but we had 2011, we had the Halloween snowstorm, the freak snowstorm that dumped an incredible amount of snow for that early in the season. 1 in 100 year event with snowfall, and the very next year on the same day, Hurricane Sandy made landfall in South Jersey and then affected most of the region, of course. But we have no such animal this year. However, we will have some showers to contend with in parts of the region here on Sunday, and I'll get to that here in a second. Pitch a Tent Rental Company sponsors the weekend video forecast. Pitch a Tent is located in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania, and serves the greater Lehigh Valley and surrounding regions. If you have an upcoming party, they are excited to serve your needs. They would like to remind you that all good things come in different shapes and sizes, and they can help you decide what's right for your event. No job is too small, said no woman ever, so don't be shy and be sure to party with Pitch a Tent. And should you forgo running a tent for your event, be sure to bring your rubbers, as in rubber boots. Visit them at pitchatentrentals.com and save 10% when you mention EPAWA in the comments section when you submit for a reservation inquiry. They are Pitch a Tent Rentals in Fogelsville, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. So today we have mostly sunny skies. We'll have some partly cloudy skies late as a weak cold front is going to approach the region. This boundary is going to stall over the region or come pretty close. It's not really going to stall, but it's going to move very slowly through the region here Sunday and Monday to become the focus of some scattered showers. I don't think you're dealing with that here on Saturday, and it should just fall apart as it moves eastward. And both the European model I'm showing you here and the NAM high-res future simulated radar is also indicating no precipitation here for Saturday. So very warm temperatures today. As you see above me, 76 to 82. We will be challenging some record highs in some areas today. And then that will be the last of this exceptional warmth, because after today we have the frontal boundary moving toward the region, and that is going to bring us scattered showers during the day here on Sunday. And I'll get into the specifics of that using the latest 3-kilometer NAM. You see the temperature spread for tomorrow above me, 54 to 70. And that's because this frontal boundary is draped directly across the region. So areas that are going to be 70 are going to be down here, right? Obviously, north of that boundary is colder, and we're going to have the cooler temperatures in the 50s up in those northern areas north of that boundary here on Sunday. So here's a look at the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and this is going to be mainly focused. Now, you're going to have mainly focused north of that line. Doesn't mean you're not going to have anything south of that line, but it's going to be mainly focused north of that line as far as quantitative precipitation is concerned here on Sunday. As I move this forward, look what it's doing. Pretty much those same areas. You are getting a few showers south of that line, as shown, but the majority of it is going to be north of that line that I just drew, okay? And that's going to go through the afternoon hours here on Sunday, early to mid-afternoon before it starts to taper off, and then we'll have a little bit of a lull in the action here on Sunday. Then you'll have more showers moving through overnight. This might go a little bit further south of 78 the second time, so I can get rid of this. And then we get into Monday, when the actual cold front moves through the region, we'll have scattered showers, at least in the morning, probably again going into at least early to mid-afternoon, and this is going to move off the coast at that point. If we go to the NAM 12-kilometer, here's what it has for Monday. You get the afternoon, it's really pretty much wrapped up here at that point. So this is not a lot of quantitative precipitation, but north of that line that I drew, which is mainly north of the I-78 corridor, along and north of I-78, is where you have your highest precipitation totals from this event. But this is a stalled boundary, waves of low pressure. The first wave of low pressure is going to move along that here on Sunday, and another one's going to move through on Monday. Now, after that, we're going to have much colder temperatures come in behind it on Tuesday, and that's going to last us through at least Thursday of next week. That's going to be the coldest period from October 31st to November 2nd, okay? It's still going to remain below average November 3rd, November 4th, but I think the coldest period that we're dealing with is between Tuesday and Thursday of next week, which is October 31st through November 2nd. And we will also have to watch the chance as this trough moves in. This big trough is situated like this on the southeastern periphery or the outer periphery of this trough. is going to be a weak area low pressure that's going to form along that boundary. Now, how close does this get, and how much influence will that have on the region? That is still in question. European model develops a low around the on the southeastern periphery of this trough that's moving in, and this is looking at Wednesday morning. Here's a trough like this, right? That's the trough, and here's a low pressure moving along that boundary. Now, we'll say, even though it's showing showers all the way into eastern Pennsylvania, southeastern PA, most of New Jersey, most of Delaware, the European model typically has an over-amp bias. What does that mean? It means it likes to develop these systems along the base of a trough and likes to blow it up into something bigger than it is. So if this is the case, if this is this intensity here, we will have the opportunity for some higher elevation snowflakes, because the timing of this is such that it's going to come through on Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning, and then it's obviously a colder air mass moving in, so if the cold air can catch up to it, we will have the opportunity for a few snowflakes up in places like higher elevations, northeast PA, maybe far northwestern New Jersey. That is not out of the question. And we're going to readdress this here on Monday when we have a better look at this and we have these models settling down a little bit on the exact evolution for this time frame. Again, this is Tuesday night, overnight into Wednesday morning. GFS for the same time frame. This is later Tuesday, and has it just in our southeastern areas southeast of an I-95. So this is a big difference between what the GFS is showing here with a weaker system and a more amped system on the European model, which brings rain into the interior from places like the Lehigh Valley back to Lancaster, back to Harrisburg even, and then eastern Poconos, all New Jersey, southeast PA, Delaware. So there's a big difference in the evolution of how this works out. If it is like the European model, you can get some dynamic cooling up here in the higher elevations of the Poconos if the cold air can catch up to it, get a few flakes out of it. But right now it looks like just a rain deal, just a matter of who is going to get into that rain. Is it going to just be these areas here that are shown on the European model, or is it going to be further southeast like the GFS says? And again, we're still not there yet, so Monday morning's video forecast, we will cover this again. But after this system leaves, we will be back to mostly sunny skies by the time we get to Thursday and Friday next week. Now, the big thing next week is, regardless of what happens Tuesday night and Wednesday, it looks like Wednesday night and Thursday night, you're going to have temperatures that are going to be not only below freezing, we're going to have a widespread freeze across the area overnight, both Wednesday and Thursday nights. The question is it going to be a regular freeze, like getting to 32, 31 degrees, which is, below freezing, but not a huge headline deal? Or is it going to be a hard freeze, which is 28 or below? Some areas will get to 28 or below. I can pretty much guarantee you that in that Wednesday, Thursday time frame. So again, these are things we're going to watch next week, but this is definitely coming. I do think the end of the growing season is very near, and this is going to be effectively ending the growing season if we do, in fact, get into a hard freeze territory. There are some plants that can still survive. You get to like right at 32 or 31 even. If it's only for like an hour or two, you can somehow keep them covered and allow them to survive. But I do think next week is going to be one of those bring your plants in that are sensitive, or else they're going to be goners, okay? Because it's going to be in the 20s, I think, for lows in a lot of interior areas, and we'll cover that on the other side of the weekend for the Monday video forecast. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martish. That is our outlook for the weekend, October 28th and 29th, 2023. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.